Yes, hi.
Hello, hi, and welcome to Moms with Yarn, episode 23. I'm Sharon, also known as Bronx Knitter on Instagram, and Sharon V on Ravelry. But Dawn from Wilk Farms, you can just call me Sharon.
And I'm Tracy TB McCarthy on Ravelry, TB McCarthy 5 on Instagram. So, welcome. This is the first episode that I'm taping and that we're going to attempt to put on iTunes because Sharon's computer, it's a fool. That computer just should be gone.
My computer is going to be named Herky Jerky from now on.
Too
It's a
fun.
mess. There's always going to be some kind of issue at my house. Always. It's never going to end. This
That's
is
funny.
Miss Kitty. She thinks that she should photobomb me on occasion just to keep me from getting a big head about things.
Too funny. Hi, Miss Kitty.
She's ridiculous.
She doesn't want to be on camera though, if you notice.
She just hasn't picked what position she's going to sit in yet. She has to back herself up.
Miss Kitty. Welcome. Welcome, everybody, returning viewers, new viewers,
Yes, and
people without yarn,
people with
moms, not
yarn,
moms,
dads, aunties,
kittens, cats. You're all welcome.
everybody's welcome.
So let's get into it. Um, I guess the first thing that I wanted to talk about is Remembering Remy, the knit along. It's going on. People are posting. Love it. I just want to remind people that they can post multiple hats in one post, but you can certainly post one hat for every post, and then this way it increases your chances of winning the wonderful prizes that Diane of Knittables donated to me. I think it's like a year back at this point. I just went through the box again, and there are project bags, and tons of yarn from Fiber Nymph, um, from Highland Handmaids, from Another Crafty Girl, from Knit Picks, and Cookie A Sock Club. She's included a couple skeins from that. So those are the prizes that are going to be up for grabs. And like I said, if you want to increase your chances, just make sure you knit as many hats as you can and put one per post.
You must be a member of the group.
Yes, you must be a member of the group. If you win and you're not a member,
Wah, wah.
wah, wah. What I'll do is I'll also just, go through the group, and if I see somebody that isn't a member, I'll just PM them and tell them, remember, you need to be a member. And that's going to be before we draw. And then I did have one thing that I said that I was going to show you last week, which is the sock ruler. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is what the sock ruler looks like. This is the packaging that it comes in. And it basically is just this hard plastic. I didn't open it yet, but it's this hard plastic ruler with instructions on how to use it. So there is for toe ups. I'm sorry, this is for top down. This one looks like it's still top down, but it's measuring the gusset or the heel flap. And then this one is for toe up. So they really, I mean, I can't wait to use it for a new sock pattern that I haven't used yet. I think it's going to be great. So I wanted to show everybody. I think it's well worth the money. It's hard, it's sturdy. I don't anticipate it breaking anytime soon,
Does it fit in your
unless
project bags?
unless my children get to it. Then we're going to have problems. Um,
Does it fit
let's
in
see.
your project bags?
What'd you say?
Does it fit in your project bag?
It will fit in the long ones, which, oh my gosh, I don't have my project here. So when you start talking about your whips, I'm going to talk about my whips, but it would fit in like one of those long ones with the zipper. I don't think it would fit in any of my Tom Bin bags, the ones with the
Mm-hmm.
drawstring, because
Right.
they're very short. But I do think that it would fit in this one. Like, go like this.
I can't because her nails are dug in.
Oh, geez.
Let me just get rid of the cat. Thank
Oh my
you.
gosh, really? Enough of
She's
it.
not done with me yet.
She's totally not done.
She's at my feet. She's gonna climb up.
That's funny. Um, so yeah, so that was my purchase from a couple weeks ago. So I'm ready to get into whips. Do you have anything not knitting related that you wanted to bring up?
No.
Okay. So whips, do you want to go first? You never go first.
I'll go first. Why not? Well, you remember the hedgerow socks that I
Yes.
started.
Yes.
So this is where I was last time you saw the socks. And this is where I am still.
Oh my gosh.
Because
I love that color.
I got sidetracked. Um, these are the hedgerow socks, which were on the Knitters Review website,
Okay.
and they're by Jane Cochran. And the sock yarn is Plucky Knitter, one of a kind,
I knew it.
no colorway.
I love it.
I don't know what color this
Is
is.
it purplish?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
I don't
purplish
know.
with cat hair.
I'm not sure. I mean, usually her one of a kinds are when she tries like new colorways. So sometimes it's very similar to like a colorway that she has.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's not. Like I have a purple that I've never seen before, and it was probably, a color that, just didn't make the cut. And
So it became a one of a kind.
yep.
Well, I got these one of a kind skeins at Vogue Knitting Live. I think it was 2 years ago
Yeah, yep.
when we were together.
Yeah, it was.
I think I got 3 skeins out of the bin. 3 seems to
Yep.
be my number.
Yep.
I always want 3. You never let me get 3.
That's true. I'm your conscience.
Yes. So the other thing I'm working on is, what does that say?
Kujilin?
There you go.
It's probably wrong. People are gonna tell us.
Honestly, it doesn't say who the person is who designed it, but that's what it looks like. And I'm making it with mystery yarn that had no label.
That's nice. I like that color.
It's called grass green. That's the only thing I know about it. And I started yesterday, so they're fingerless mitts. I figured they would be fast.
Oh, I love that.
I'm already starting on the thumb gusset, so
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it
it's
gonna have a thumb gusset?
it's not very deep.
Now, do you increase around your hand? Like, is it tighter around your wrist than it is around your hand?
No, it's the same. I don't increase or decrease. I'm
Okay.
only increasing for the thumb gusset,
Yeah.
but in the pattern she says to cast on 48 stitches, and 48 stitches wouldn't go around my pork pie hands, so I cast on 56, I think,
Hmm.
because other than this design element,
There's not. It's all
it's
stockinette.
all stockinette, so you can increase to whatever number you need that fits you,
Yeah.
that you feel comfortable with. I don't know yet how I feel about this garter
Yeah.
um, edge yet. Um,
Probably would have been better if it was like ribbing,
if
right?
it was
To
ribbing,
be
it would stay
tight.
snug, but
Yeah.
with fingerless mitts, and you can make as many of these as you want.
Yeah.
I'm just pretty much following the pattern.
Hmm.
Whenever I make something for the first time, I usually try to follow the pattern.
Yeah.
Well, except she said to only do 3 of these little
Oh, okay.
noops. These are noops. They're
Okay.
a pain in the neck.
I know. I've done those.
She said to only do 3. I did 4 before I started because 3 would have just made it even shorter, I think. I don't know. Anyhow, It's a pretty fast knit till you get to the noops, and then it's a pretty easy pattern, and I should be finished with them by the next time we podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're on your first one. What needle? Is it two?
I am using my sock rockets size 1,
Oh, they look big. Yeah. Nice.
which is probably why it's shorter
Yeah.
than it should be.
Yeah.
I think she calls for a size 2.5 millimeter. If I had my project book, I would know what size it was. I'm getting old. I can't remember where I put anything. I remember I used to tell people, if I said I put something up, that means lost. Don't give me anything.
Right.
Because if it's not nailed to the ceiling, you'll never see it again, and neither will I.
That's funny.
What have you got?
So, like I said, I have 2 whips that I've texted somebody to bring in. I'm asking somebody to bring in. I don't know if they're reading their texts, but my one, I finished this sock, which is the vanilla latte in the Monster Kerfuffle colorway from Gnome Acres. I posted this on Instagram, and then also on my project page. I actually came prepared here. I have a sock blocker this time.
Look at you, Miss Fancy.
I know,
Pants.
seriously. I start recording and I'm like all, business here. I love how it pooled here and then just became almost like stripey. And then this side, it's got nothing. It's got just the orange. So I'm actually through the heel and onto the foot of the next one. So I'm probably about like here on the second one. So that's my first whip. My second whip was I went to Michael's in the city during my lunch hour. I needed to just get out of the office, and it actually didn't even take me an hour. It took me like 45 minutes to go out, grab my lunch, go to Michael's, and come back. And I purchased Patton's Croy sock, 4-ply, in a stripe. I got it in the Singin' the Blues colorway, which is like multiple stripes of blues. And I'm probably about like this much, maybe like 2. I'm definitely past the ribbing of the cuff. And then I just did a 3x1 rib. So I'm probably about an inch in on the 3x1 rib. I didn't want to only work on this. I really wanted to see how the stripes worked up. So I started that last night. And then my bittersweet cowl got no love. I didn't rip it out. And I didn't restart it. What I wanted to do is I definitely wanted to, I'm trying to think why, I decided to wait because I wanted to, I had knit another cowl in the same weight of yarn, same plucky knitter, just different colorway. And I cast on for more stitches on that one. And when you double it around your neck, it actually fits really nice. So this one's going to be for my mom. And I'm concerned because the one that I have on the needles now, I ended up casting on like 40 or 50 stitches less. So I know it's going to be tighter, but I want to kind of just pull out the needle, try and double it and see what it feels like on my neck before I decide if I'm going to cast on more stitches, because then that's going to determine whether or not I'm going to keep the smaller cast on band, right?
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yes. So
like
why
do
don't
you
you
remember I
just
said I wanted to make it taller? I wanted to make like 9 or 10 rows of the. So it's if I make it wider, then I'm not going to be able to do that. So long story short,
But why don't you put it on waste yarn instead of ripping it out? Just in case it works.
oh no, sorry, I didn't mean to rip it out. What I was going to do is I was going to change the cable because it's on interchangeables. My Chiago interchangeables. So I was just going to put it on a really long one of those and then twist it up and see what it looks like. And then last time we spoke, I don't know why this is so twisted. Hang on, sorry. I'm just a little twisted here. This is not good. I'm just going to put this in my lap because this is really twisted. So I told you that I didn't have the Clara. This is what it looks like. I did post a picture like I promised. This is not blocked or anything, so it's going to be much larger. I didn't do anything to this because when I went, I have it the last stitch on one of those clip stitch markers that's still attached to the yarn. I didn't do anything to this because it requires a crochet edging, and when I went to the pattern to see what size needle I needed, I realized I didn't have it. So
Did you
I
pick
went
it
to
up at Michael's today?
I did. You know what? It was funny because I didn't check it before I went to Michael's. So, so no, I didn't go to Michael's because I was working from home today. But what I did do is I went to my local Five and Dime, and they didn't have the exact needle. They had one smaller and one larger, so I just bought the two, and I'm gonna see which one. I was surprised I didn't have that crochet hook, but I didn't. And that's all my whips. That's it. Got nothing else.
Okay.
You
Well,
got FOs?
yes. I posted a couple of these on Instagram. You know, my Remembering Remy hats.
Yes.
So, I don't know if you saw this one. This is Felici.
No, I didn't. That one's really cute. I love how it's striped.
And this one was some leftover cotton. And I
Oh,
mixed it with some wool because I ran
that's
out of
cute.
this.
Yeah, that's cute.
And I made this one out of some BFL.
Oh, that's really pretty.
These were the transition socks.
hmm how many stitches do you cast on and what needle size do you use?
I cast on
Are you
50,
only doing
50,
fingering?
58 stitches,
And it's for fingering weight?
fingering weight. These
Okay,
are all sock yarn leftovers.
got it. So 58, you do
And
it.
then I do at the cuff for about an inch or an inch and a half, whatever I feel like.
Yeah,
And then when the whole piece measures 5 inches,
okay,
I start my decreases. So I knit 5, decrease 2 all the way around, and then
got it.
knit 1 row, and then decrease 4, knit all
Got
of
it.
them. Okay, got it. So this is Wandering Wool and Mystery Yarn.
Yeah, those are really cute because you can roll up the brim when they're
Yeah,
really small and then pull it down when they're not.
right.
And it's so stretchy.
This is, yep, Mystery Yarn. Don't know what I made with it.
It looks familiar.
It does, but
I'm trying to think, like,
it's showing blue, but it's actually
it
really,
looks purple
really
to me.
purple.
Yeah, it looks purple to me. Wow, you really rocked it out. Too bad you're not winning any prizes. Oh no, your prize is actually coming. Did it come?
No.
Oh, mine didn't either.
This is Vesper.
Oh, that's cute.
And this is the last of the water. Well, not the last, but this is the
That's
most
so
I
cute.
could get out of this.
Yeah.
There wasn't much left.
What is that? Do you know who makes that?
Her name is Abby
Oh, yes. Yes.
Abby Grossman.
Yes.
Abby.
I think, yeah. Yeah.
And this is Fleece Artist Handmaiden.
Cute.
And that's it.
Nice. So how many is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have one on the needles.
Nice.
But it's with my project book. Not
You and the stamp.
again.
I swear we're gonna need to get like one of those lanyards, and your project book's gonna need to be on it.
I'm gonna wear my project book around my neck like Flavor Flav.
Flame. Too funny.
I don't know. What can I say? Massive fail. But I did remember that Dawn doesn't know what to call me. But she's going to be my best friend now, so she can just call me Sharon.
Oh my God. I have to tell you, I laughed out loud when she said that. Like, I
Like, what's
laughed
her
out loud. I'm
name?
like,
What's her name?
I know. I'm like, you're like Highland Handmaids, where it's Highland Handmaids, the Fiberista Files, blah 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 blah. It's like just one name. Pick one.
Listen,
Can you
I
change your Ravelry
can
name or no?
I can try
Well, weren't you Sharon V on Instagram?
because
You have no idea. You have no idea.
because one of the voices in my head said one of the voices in my head said, just do it. Just do it.
Oh my gosh, Sharon.
Because
So,
I always think that when you sign up for these, so for social media, some people shouldn't be allowed on social media, and
right.
I am one of them. I always think that they're going to say, okay, now that you filled out all of the required information, um, let's pick your screen name.
Kuba, you could be
No, duh.
Sharon.
You,
You could be
or
Sharon,
or you could
Sharon Van. You could be
you could
Sharon, like
be
Sharon
Sharon
Vestibule.
Sharon the Queen of Sheba.
Right. I mean, but Sharon V, you could be anything. Like
Well,
even in my town's phone book, you could be any one of those. Like you could be Vanderpump. You could
okay,
be Lisa Vanderpump's long lost cousin.
cousins, best friends, daughters, cousins,
Oh
removed
my
three
gosh.
times. I thought about changing my name. I need to change my on YouTube. I'm just Moms with Yarn. If you
Right.
look for me under Sharon V, you're not gonna find me.
Oh, so yeah, she's Moms with the Yarn on
I'm
YouTube.
just Moms with Yarn. That's my new
One,
name.
two, three. Add it to the
Add
list.
it to the list. So I need to change my name on. Pick one. I can change my name on Ravelry. I
Oh,
think.
you can?
I think so. If I change my name
Oh
on,
yeah, you know what? Megan Williams did that. She's just run it now.
yeah, I
You
can
should
change
ask
my
her how
name.
she did it.
I'm gonna change my name on Ravelry.
So you're just gonna be Bronx Knitter.
I'm gonna be Queen Bronx Knitter.
The Bronx Knitter.
Yes.
All right, what else you got? What else you got on finished objects? Are you done?
That's it.
So I'm gonna bring home the gold tonight,
Go ahead,
is
girl.
what you're saying.
Yes.
Number one, I have to get set up here. Give me a second.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Go, girl. Are those for you?
No,
Of
I
course
don't know who
not.
they're for yet. I don't know who they're
Are
for
they
yet.
gonna go in the Christmas gift box?
Maybe. I'm very bad about keeping stuff for Christmas, but I like them. I don't love them. The reason why I don't love them is because, um,
Wait, before you get there, what's the pattern? What's the
okay,
yarn?
it's Toasty by Leslie Friend. She has three patterns: Toast, Toasty, and Those Mitts. These are Toasty. These are the ones with thumb. Um, and I did, three colors of woolies, as I mentioned last time. I like them. I don't love the thumb. Like, I really just don't. I think I had to pick up 12 stitches and it's tight. Like, I don't like it. And she did actually say that she was in the process of revising the thumb.
Mm-hmm.
And I reached out to her to see if she's done that yet. Um, like here, I don't know if you could see, there's like holes here.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't love that. And
Well,
there's like one here, even though I was like very mindful. I think it's because I was using black up here. I was like, oh, it's not like here, you can't see it.
it would have happened. It would have happened if you used black. It would have happened if you used gray. It's just the
Yeah,
nature of how the knitting goes.
right.
But one thing you can, the good thing about patterns is that if you try it on as you go and you don't like
Yeah,
something, you change it as you go.
yeah.
So you could have
Yep,
made more increases
I
here
know.
and then
Yeah,
picked up more stitches around, and then the
yeah,
thumb would have fit, you would have been more comfortable with it. The holes in the join, I usually solve that with double stitching,
okay.
duplicate stitch,
Yeah, okay.
and then I
Anyway,
just tighten it up.
yeah.
And then I just weave in those ends. And that happens with every pair of gloves I've ever made.
Yeah, so what I do is I'm just going to say this in general, I usually knit a pattern the way it's written. And if I like it, but I don't love it, I make changes on the next one. So I did want to just make this as she wrote it, but like for me, I would do a jogless stripe here. Like she didn't write that, and I did remember to do it when I was like here, but then somebody interrupted me. I added it in, and then I forgot. So because it looks like this on this one, I copied. Although you can't see, I have no idea where it is on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. Like, can you see it?
No.
Yeah, me neither. So it's there. I know it's there, but whatever.
Whatever.
So those are done. I also, I don't think I showed you these before, but I did vanilla latte
How
out of Desert
pretty.
Vista Dye Works,
Mm-hmm.
the chocolate covered cherries colorway. I love this yarn. Love it. It is fabulous. I really enjoyed knitting it. It went quick because of the stripes.
Mm-hmm.
I love the feel of the yarn. Like Susan does such a great job dyeing up the colors. Like I love it. I love everything about it. The problem that I have with these, because you know, there's always a problem. I can never be happy. If you look at both of these,
Mm-hmm.
they kind of match, but not really,
Yeah.
like toes, right?
They go in
Uh,
your shoe.
hang on, I have a visitor. Come in. You can come in if you want. Do you want to come say hi? No? Okay, thank you. You brought my whips. Um, so what? So it kind of matched, and on this one, I don't know if you can see, this just ended up being a little bit thicker, maybe like one or two rows thicker than it normally would because I did the heel flap and the gusset, what have you. This one, again, I tried to start at the same point, but it has that like annoying one row, actually not even a row, it's like a half a row of dark red, which I don't love, but they're not for me and I don't care. I'm not doing it again.
You, oh my goodness.
I know, I'm bad.
I can't believe that you let that stuff get to you. I've
Oh,
made,
it totally doesn't. I don't care. Oh,
I've started using some variegated yarns to make socks just to eliminate my
oh
OCD
yeah,
need to make my socks matchy matchy.
right. Like I'm telling you, like this one, I'll show you. Actually, now that I have my whip, let me show you what the second one looks like. So this is how the second one is knitting up. Like, do you see
Oh,
this is the heel flap,
yes.
right? And remember, this is the first one.
Uh-huh.
So like it totally does not match whatsoever. I don't care. Like I think that that's nice. I think that's the nice part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like who cares? And then
Nobody.
this is the Singing the Blues, Pat and Croy.
Oh, that's the new yarn.
Is it?
Isn't that the new yarn you just got?
Oh yeah, yeah. This is a new yarn I got. So yeah, so those are my whips. So that's that. And then I finished these bad boys.
Yay! What pattern
They're a
is
little
that?
loose. I really like the rusticness of this yarn. I'm very, very surprised. And the reason why is because I don't know, like if you guys have noticed this by now, but I really, really like the Plucky Knitter yarn. And I really, really like Blue Moon Fiber Arts because they're very similar. They're soft, they're stretchy, they have great colors, like, love it. This is like the anti that. It's rustic, it's rough, it's but yet soft. Not colors I would ever pick, but I love it. I really do, and I enjoyed knitting it, and that's why I think I picked this to knit next because it's similar. I feel like it's roughish. So anyway, so now to the problem.
Wait a
So
minute. What pattern is it?
oh, it's the Jenk, right?
Jack. Jack.
Jack, Jack. Um, yeah. So I cast on, I think it was like 60 stitches or 64 stitches, way too many. Like I should have just, again, I knit it as the pattern. The next time I'm going to cut out 4 stitches or however many stitches because I know exactly where I should cut them out. And then I think they'll be perfect.
What size needle did you use?
I use my normal ones. Yep. I always use ones on my socks. Again, because I'm a creature of habit. So this is what the first sock looked like, right? Love it, love it, love it. And then you get to this one that's very similar. See, it's like boop, 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 boop. No issue here, right? You don't see any like lines.
Mm-hmm.
But then, oops, wrong one. I don't know if you could see that.
What, a brown toe?
Like, and then it has like the red line where I Kitchenered. Oh
No,
no,
I don't see any red
sorry.
line. Oh my God, I know I'm crazy, but come on. And that line's not red, it's blue.
It's blue. But yeah, like, come on. I couldn't even Kitchener in brown, but I don't care because they're not for me. I ain't cutting yarn and Kitchenering with a different so that I can weave in. No, thank you. I'm done. So these are done.
Cool.
And then, because you couldn't show me up, I did a preemie hat.
Yay!
Cute, right?
It's adorable.
I did a preemie hat.
Yay! I recognize that yarn.
Yeah, that was the yarn that I just did. And then, boop.
Yay!
Cute, right?
Yeah.
So I did 3, not 8, but 3.
3 is good.
I
You
know.
did
3
three.
is
You did 3 hats, 3 socks, 4 whips, 1 dress. Are you writing all this down?
Tracy for the win.
Tracy for the
Tracy for the win.
win. Life is
Yes, so that's
good.
it. That's all I got.
What do you? That's all she says.
That's all I got.
I
So I got more yarn to do mitts, but I'm not going to do those yet. I want to finish the Clara, block it, what have you, and I want to finish my socks, and then I'll be done.
I'm going to work on these mitts so I can use this leftover yarn to make some more preemie
Yeah,
caps. I
that's
have
good.
I have 3 skeins of yarn, sock yarn lined up so I can make 3 pairs of socks so I can have yarn left over to make. I was talking with Sue Bar 60,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
she said
Sue. You've
she's
been talking to
I've
Sue.
been talking. Sue and I Skyped the other night, and so we were talking. She said to let you know that she is making preemie hats.
Okay.
I haven't been able to go online because my computer is crazier
Okay.
than I am. And so I can't post any hats. Not that I'm going to win any prize. I'm just going to climb in your living room window and take what prizes I want.
Well, I told you I ordered something for us.
Okay.
Um, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I ordered something for you. And then I ordered the same thing for me. I reached out to this wonderful person, and I'll talk more about it next episode when we both have it. But I reached out to her and I said, this looks like a really cool thing. I'd really like to try it. And, I have a podcast and, I'm planning on purchasing two. Are you okay with me, doing a review? And she was like, yeah, totally. And here, I'll work with you on, purchasing it and blah, blah, blah. I said, but I want to send it to 2 separate. She was like, no problem. She was super, super helpful. Like, super, like when I wrote to her, she wrote me back within like 10 minutes. And then we were conversing back and forth because I had questions. I mean, literally within 10 minutes, she kept coming back and forth, which I really, really appreciated because I know that she's busy. Like, it's a new product. So I know that she's busy.
Okay.
So I really appreciated it. So I'm excited to get it. I'm excited to try it out. I'm excited to tell everybody about it. Kind of like the sock ruler.
Kind of like the
So
soccer.
anyway, that's going to be your preemie cap prize. Me to you.
Yay! I can win something finally. I wish you
You
would just.
won, and only a
Since
few weeks in.
yeah. Well, when I was telling you I was talking to Sue, and she said that the preemie cap thing. Here I am knitting away on these hats because I'm thinking that I know Tracy said she was going to do this for X amount of days, but I thought it was like 30 days, end of the month.
Oh no.
She's like, no, you got a couple of months to finish. She said
Yeah.
45 days.
No,
I'm
95.
sorry, 95 days.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean 95 days? I gave up all of my knitting to make these preemie hats, and I have 95 days.
No, you have 30 days. Everybody else has
I'm gonna
95.
have to ratchet back. But
Don't overexert yourself.
the funny thing is that I can make the preemie hat in 2 hours, and I'm done.
That's great.
Because it's the same pattern over and over again. The only variance is the size of the yarn, because I use the same needles. Susan
Right.
Bates, I use the same needles over and over again. If I started tonight, like say, well, if I started tonight, I'll finish tonight. If I
Yeah.
started in the morning, like when I'm on the train, I'll be finished when I get home in another
Nice.
hour, and then I could just start another one. But
Yeah.
I just happen to have a project bag full of these little yarn walnuts,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them are enough to make the preemie cap, and then they're all done. Some of them I still have a little yarn walnut. I wonder if
Yeah.
it's like 5 grams or something. I'll find out how much people need for their mini skeins. Maybe I can send these to my new friend
Yeah.
Dawn. Maybe my new friend Dawn, who's gonna
I
call me Sharon from now on,
Yeah,
is
so
is gonna
my
need them.
friend Julie, who I sent my mini skeins to, fingering weight yarn, she needs, I think she said between 7 and 9 grams
I'm gonna have to weigh
for
it.
each of those mitered squares.
Yeah.
Which I think is what I know what that's what Dawn's doing. So yeah, you should definitely reach out to Dawn just to see if like I'm assuming the squares take the same amount, but I think it's 7 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my when I skeined it up, I weighed it. Some of them I sent was like 13 grams. Some of them were 9, but she did say I think between 7 and 9. So I think if you have 7 or 9, I would definitely
I'm
wind them
gonna
up and.
wind them up and send them out.
So I have a question.
Yes.
This is my last thing that I wanted to talk about. So as you know, like we all have extra yarn left over when we knit socks. We could make preemie caps. We could do what you're saying, which is skein them up and send them to somebody who's doing a sock blanket. But I was listening to the Knitmore Girls and some of the back episodes, and in some of the back episodes, she was talking about knitting socks for her daughter, and she has a pattern. It's up there for $1. The dollar goes to the daughter's adventure fund, I think she calls it. But she also offers it for free on her audio cast. Um, verbally. So she just basically tells you the sock recipe. It's a tube sock. I mean, it's $1. So I purchased the pattern. I was like, go have fun, have an ice cream when you're out. um, but it does say that you need between, I think, 40 and 50 grams, which is fine. I can weigh that. But she recommends that you split the yarn so that you have two socks. And then basically when you're 10 yards down, like when you only have 10 yards to go, that's when you start decreasing for the toe. My question to you and everybody else is, number one, how do you normally split skeins? Like if they don't come split, like how would you split the skein? Would you nor and the way that I would think you would do it is you just like put it on a scale and then wind it up and keep the scale, so that it's even? Do you do it that way? Or is there another way to do it? And then the second question is, how would I measure out 10 yards before I'm ready to, like,
Start.
how would I measure out 10 yards right before I'm done?
You would guesstimate.
Ugh, I hate doing that because
You
when I run
could.
out, then I have to pull back.
I'm sorry. You could guess how much it is, or when you're measuring to get your skeins in half, you just pull back on the. Here's the knot in the middle,
Yeah,
or the cut in the middle, if you will.
yeah.
The knot in the middle, and you just figure out what those 10 yards are, and then you stick a safety pin in it or something,
Okay,
just so you have a marker, you know.
got it.
I have these little for babies, the little hair clips, the teeny
Oh,
little hair
okay.
clips.
Yes, yes.
You can use that, or you can get a little rubber band and just pull it like through a crochet hook,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
just measure out the 10 yards because the length is approximate because everybody's knitting is different.
Yeah, no, yeah, but I was, and I know, like, I wouldn't go exactly 10
Right.
yards, and I would, but I would like to measure it so that I know the next time that I don't need 10 yards, I only need 8, or instead of 10, I need 12.
Well,
So,
she's basing that on the fact that you are using scraps to make these tube
yes,
socks.
yes.
So, if you know how much yardage you need to make the socks in the first place,
Yeah, I don't.
then I know you have to make them once
Right,
and succeed or fail,
right,
and then you'll know what to do. But
right.
generally, if you're going to make a pair of socks, you're going to look for your biggest scrap
Yep,
piece of yarn.
yep.
So, and you'll work with that, and then you'll get the size that you want.
Okay,
If you knit any socks in tandem, you can pretty much tell when you're down to like 10 yards.
okay.
Even with 10 yards, I believe, and based on the size of the sock, you'll know that you're running out of yarn. You need to wrap it up. And it's
Yeah,
a tube sock, so it doesn't really
yeah,
matter.
right.
As long as you get a little bit of length on the leg, because
Yep,
as they grow, they'll use up the
yeah,
foot and then the leg will
yep,
slide down. So
right.
that's one issue.
Yep. So that was it. That
Yeah.
was all I had in terms of my questions. And if
Hmm.
anybody else has any other ideas for how you do it, let me know. Let Sharon know.
Yeah. And every question that you have about that has anything to do with any of our episodes, please post it in the episode thread. You
Yep.
can always start a chatter thread if you have some burning issue. If you have a question, if you have, you can just start a thread. And Tracy, when my computer starts working normally again, I can get back in there and answer some questions as well. The other thing is that I had people who sent me messages asking me about the knit along. And Clementine, is it
Hmm.
Clementine O? Said she would make the sheep head hat with me.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
So I just have to get my computer in enough good shape because I don't
And
know.
find her notebook too.
Well, I don't. The only reason why I can't start the sheephead hat like right this very second is because I have to I have to print out the pattern. I have already purchased the yarn, but I have to make two of them.
Ooh. One for me and one for you.
Yes, three of them, and there's more than enough yarn. So I have to get all of my stuff together so I can make that. And Sue said she's making a cowl, the cashmere cowl from the Pearl Bees website.
Hmm.
So I want to make that too. But anyhow, I think we should start a thread for the knit-alongs because if I can't do the sheephead hat, I could do the sheephead hat and the cowl, but I don't have yarn for the cowl to make something really soft like that. It's so pretty if you see it. It's on the Pearl Bee site. We'll do if we can't. We'll find buddies. We'll
Yes.
have a knitting buddy. We don't have enough people. Then I'll pitch in and I'll do two. You make one and your buddy makes one. So you put it out there what it is you want to make, and find we'll try to get you a buddy.
Yep. And I'll
And
be
then
somebody's buddy.
I'll be somebody's buddy too, but I'm gonna be Clementine's buddy first. But I
You
think
really wanted
if
to.
it's something simple like a cowl or socks, I can probably do a couple of be buddy for a couple of people. The only problem is that if you're my buddy, you have to Skype.
Ooh.
I do virtual knit nights for my
Yeah, but you know
buddies.
what, Sharon?
What?
You need to get a better computer, and you also need. Dun, dun, dun.
Look at you with your supersized microphone. I'm gonna go see
I
if
feel like Larry King.
you do.
Yes, Sharon. How was that thing that you had to do that?
Ah, look,
How
massive.
are you doing with your
Yeah,
computer search?
I did. I narrowed my searches down. I realized I need 8 gigs of this and, you know, a lot of RAM.
Everything.
Yes, and terabytes. I was calling them
Oh,
tetrabytes, and the guy was laughing at me in the store. He's like, you mean terabytes?" I was like, "Whatever. That's what the one. That's the one I want. How many terabytes and ter, How many of those little terrors do I need to get? I need a lot of memory. I need a lot of this. I need a lot of that. And I says, and I want one of those computers that does gaming because it has high graphic. And then I want to have, he's like, ma'am, ma'am.
He's like, he's like, ma'am,
Uh,
by the time you use this gaming, you'll
listen,
be in the nursing
I'm
home.
in there holding him up for 20 minutes and
He's
not buying a
like,
stinking thing.
he's like, ma'am, I need to go for a cigarette. Can you just wrap it up?
Yes. So as soon as I get myself situated with this whole, I have to update my son's. So the reason why my computer's acting crazy is because my son hasn't updated his antivirus since the first year he had it. So 2 years have gone by and we share the same Wi-Fi. And because we share the same Wi-Fi, we have the same IPO address. So his cooties bounces from his computer to mine. So I have to get on his computer, which has a retinal scan. I know because you know what's up when your son, when you come in the room and he's on the computer and everything shuts down and the lights go off and I don't want to see those naked girls. So um, I need to get on his computer and I told him, can you just go turn it on now? He's like, ma, no. Then why don't you move out and stop using my IP address? Anyway, that's a whole bunch of technical stories about my computer. I'm going to get it updated. I'm going to get it fixed. Hopefully by the next time we podcast, everything should be in working order. And if my son's clothes aren't burning on the front grass, then we worked out our problem. In the meantime, I just want to say this so that Dawn knows that I love her and James.
And Jimmy, and
And
Jay, and
Jimmy.
Fuji, and Sadie, and
I love Trouble
Dundee,
and Dundee.
and
Yes,
all the
I love you
hens and the
all.
chickens
But
and the pigs.
Dawn, hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. Here's my number. You can call me Sharon from now on. You think she'll remember?
I
If
think
she
she
ever
will.
brings my name up again,
She'll be like, that's Sharon. Sharon.
I'm gonna go to
Proximate.
Dawn's house and I'm gonna podcast with Dawn. We're gonna say, "Hey
We could
James,
Skype with her.
hey James."
We
Yeah.
could Skype with her. We could do a three-way Skype.
Yep. You know how to do
So,
that, Miss Tech Savvy?
no. No, no,
Yeah.
no,
We're
no.
gonna get Dawn on here one day.
Well,
Okay.
that's all I got this week. Do you got anything else,
I've
Sharon?
got nothing else but love in my heart.
All right, so we're gonna try and get this up. I can't promise it's gonna be tonight because I definitely have to review it and make sure it looks good. Hopefully, I hit the record button because we're 50 minutes in. And
Yikes!
yeah,
That's the
so
Is that the longest podcast we've ever done?
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
Um, Very good.
Okay,
Well,
so
thanks
stay
everybody.
tuned for the Cal
Yep,
information. We'll see how many people we have that are interested. Put your ideas out there, and then we'll work on that and put it in the room. Put it in this episode thread so I can read it,
excellent.
and then we can work out our details. It might start
Very good.
March 15th. That's pretty quick. It's coming right up. Cause
Yeah, it's like what, 10 days from now?
yes, 10
Less than
days.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and by the time we podcast next, we'll have started.
nice.
Yeah, and then maybe you can dig in your little secret squirrel stash back there and get a prize.
It's not so little.
No, yeah, maybe we can dig a prize out of this secret squirrel stash
Sounds good to me.
after I climb in your living room window and take what I want.
Yeah.
Okay, turn the alarm off. I'll be right over. Thanks for
All right,
watching,
guys.
everybody. And to the new viewers and the returning viewers, thank you and welcome back. And thanks for coming back. Everything. Love you
Yep.
guys.
Yep. Have a great week, guys. See you
Bye.
soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.